Hey guys, Lisa Callaghy here to share with you a video on how to use your resources space in Schoology. And this particular video is just going to be about how to create a resource in your resources space in Schoology, and then kind of a way for you to manage your planning process using your resources. So that way you're not reinventing the wheel. You're not creating the same things pretty much over and over again and, wasting time doing that. In your resources space in Schoology, you could kind of build resources, which can be anything that you've already done in Schoology, such as an assignment, an assessment, a discussion question, a page, a link, you know, any images, files, anything like that, you can bring over into your resources. But I'm going to talk to you about the best way to build up your resource space. So that way you're not, wasting time doing the same things over and over again. You just copy these resources, whether it's an assignment, a page, a link, to your courses. And there is another video on how to do that in the Union City EdTech Department YouTube channel. Under Schoology, there's a video on how to copy your resources to your courses and vice versa. All right, so here I am on a teacher's resource space in Schoology, and I got there just by clicking on the resources menu option at the top of the screen. And you see she has, and everybody has, a home bin. So everybody has a bin. I call it a bin. They call it, what do they call these things? Collections. So everybody has a collection bin of resources called home, right? So everybody has that one. And then you fill that up here. So filling up your home resource bin is as simple as clicking on add resources button underneath the title of the bin. And then you have all of these choices here. Okay. And these are very similar to the choices that you have when you're adding materials to a course. So you have the same ability. So, what makes it better to do it from here is that this is one place. And from here, you can copy it to your courses. And then year after year, you can revisit these resources and then copy them to your courses. Okay. So the goal would be to create resources that are bare minimum or at least have a template feature to it where once you copy it to your course, you can then edit it to reflect maybe the group of students that you're teaching to differentiate, or maybe you have a new video that you wanted to add to it, or you wanted to add maybe a little bit more instruction or whatever. But it's just something that you create here that's done already for you, and then you can then fix it over time for each class that you assign it to. So let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about. So right here, she has some resources. I'm going to start with this one. It's called A Bad Case of Stripes, and it is a reading and listening. Looks like an assignment because it has the pencil icon here. So I'm going to click on that so that I could see what it is. So basically, this is an assignment, and you notice that there is some instructions here. So listening listening and reading along too. Now, if I wanted to make this generic where uh I had, didn't have the title of this, or if this was an assignment on sensory images, right? So it's always going to be that they have to write what they hear, see, taste, touch, and smell, right? But the difference every year might be a different story. Okay. So what I would do is I would edit this assignment and even further this assignment to have things in here that I'm always going to use, but I could change the content. So if you see, I scroll down, it's giving students some instruction on how to submit their assignment, right? So all of this, I don't want to have to create this step by step with pictures for every assignment that I create in my course. I want to have this available that I could just assign to my course and then edit right away. So let me show you how I would do that. So I already have this here and I want to keep this one intact. So I might even file this under in a different place within my resources, but I'm just going to show you right now, and that's another video. I'm just going to show you right now how you could take this and make it more generic. So I'm going to come over to the gear, click on the arrow, and I'm going to click on copy to. Okay, so I'm going to copy this to my home folder, my home collection, my home bin. There's no folder in here that I want to put it in. I'm just going to copy. So I'm making a copy of this same assignment. See, here's the second one. But now the one that I just copied, I'm going to go into it and I'm going to edit it. Okay, and I'm going to edit the title, and it's just going to be template for sensory, right? Or even, yeah, I could do that. Okay, sensory assignment. Okay. But of course, you could create templates for anything. And then I'm going to remove, read, listen and read along too. Okay, so I don't have that. And then I'm going to remove the video because the video was specifically for that title. And then I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep my template for how to submit assignments, right? And then just going to keep everything else the same and click on submit. So now I have a copy of this. Now I have a template. It's a copy of my original. I just edited it. And now I have a template for the sensory assignment, right? Now I can even go further, copy this again to the same bin. And then this is just going to be a template. I'm going to edit it. This is just going to be a template for how to submit an assignment using the record your answers. So this is going to be template for submitting a voice recorded assignment. So now I'm going to click on submit. So now I have this template. So, oops, what did I forget to do? I forgot to remove this. So these are the directions, okay? I'll keep that when you are ready to record your answers, okay? These instructions, right? So I just created a template that now every time I have an assignment that I want my students to use this voice recorded instruction, and maybe I only use this template at the beginning of the school year because once my kids get used to doing it, I don't need to include that in, but I have it, it's there. And then even further, if I wanted to, I could edit this, okay? Oops, I'm going to click on copy. So I'm going to make another copy because I want to do one that's to submit a voice and video recording, right? So I'm going to copy. So I have that. Now I'm going to edit this. Okay. And this is going to be submitting a voice and video assignment, right? But I need to change this to pick audio, video, and then I need to change this. So I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to insert an image. I'm going to attach it from my computer. Let's see. It's here somewhere. There it is. Open. There it is. And if I need to make it smaller, I can. Could change the size here by pulling on the corners. Okay. If I want it to be centered, just click on it here and use the tool. Okay, so now when you are ready to record your answers, that's fine. Everything's the same. Click on submit. And now I have a template for submitting a voice and video recorded assignment. Okay, so this is just a suggestion on how you guys can start organizing your resources, your assignments, your assessments, your discussions, anything that you do with your students. Instead of building it in your courses, which you can, it just makes it a lot easier for next year or later to just pull from a resource instead of kind of like copying and pasting and moving things around and from courses. All right, so please check out the other video on how to copy, and I'm going to be creating another video on organizing your resources space in Schoology. All right, guys, I hope this helped. Have a great day.